This is Gil, race director of the Ultra Race of Champions. Welcome to Oomba TV's coverage of the 2013 event. The Ultra Race of Champions is the ultra running world championship. The goal of the event is to bring together the best long-distance runners from all over the world to measure themselves against each other over one course on one day by creating the annual Super Bowl of the sport. The Ultra Race of Champions is open not only to elite runners, but to anyone who truly wants to test themselves. The current setting of the race is the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, with a spectacular point-to-point course from Breckenridge to downtown Vail. Measuring slightly over 100 kilometers, the course never drops below 8,200 feet and climbs to nearly 13,000 feet. At the bottom of each climb, the runners find support, media, spectators, and their handlers in the towns of Breckenridge, Frisco, Copper Mountain Ski Area, Minturn, and at the finish line in Vail Village. On the top of running 100 kilometers at altitude through the mountains of Colorado, in 2013 the runners tackle some true opposing conditions. The race is a challenge to the mind and the body where resilience is the key.
Mike has been instrumental in hopefully keeping everybody on track tomorrow. So he's literally just off the mountain. We're going to get a fresh update. So just briefly, take us through a few of the points of what you think the situation's like today and what you think it'll be like tomorrow.
For sure. I mean, it's definitely snowy up there. It's coming down still. It's probably going to come down, the rest of this afternoon, early evening for sure. But, I mean, it's passable. You can definitely get through it. It's going to be really well marked. I mean, that's one thing that we're really instrumental about, and something you stressed totally. It's just keeping it well marked, really clear, easy to see. The big thing is it's easy to see flags down the trail quite a bit. So I think that'll definitely help. We'll have course checkers out in the morning that'll be able to kind of create a path if the snow is deeper in spot.
Sure. If you were racing tomorrow, what would you wear on your feet?
I wore La Sportiva Helios, and they worked really well. Definitely, La Sportiva is that good rubber that grips real well on some of the rocky sections, especially that Breck section. When you cross the 10-mile range, there's a little bit of rock up there. And so I have the La Sportivas on, and I would say have a warm layer and drop bags. If you have crew, have like a wool base layer, or have a shell, have a hat. I mean, definitely hat and gloves. Last night, it was a warmer day, but it got real cold when you got above 11,000. So late in the race, you don't want to be cold. So
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Mike. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
You live in Flagstaff now and been on trails for the last few years we've been talking about. But obviously you had a great race this year, earlier in the year at Western, and it looks like that's kind of propelled you into at least more motivation and joy for big mountain running, right?
Yeah, Western was a great race, and living in Flagstaff, we're at 7,000 feet, and anywhere we run is up from there, so I really love the mountains, I love the altitude. I think this course favors my strengths as well.
Sure.
I'm really excited, and the snow is great. It's another challenge, but on an already beautiful course to throw that snow in, it's going to be incredible up there.
Do you find it interesting to see people that maybe don't have quite as much road background, train differently, or have you noticed things in races that are different between someone that had a road background that didn't?
Yeah, for sure. I in the few ultras I've done, I am noticing people's strengths and weaknesses. And, they're larger than I thought they'd be. I thought they'd be more subtle, but true climbers can really climb.
Absolutely.
And one of the biggest differences I've seen is those that can descend efficiently and have the courage to do it. Just blow me away. So it's that's why this course offers a bit of everything, and you're going to see a lot of people really focusing on their strengths and doing really well in certain portions of the race.
Yeah, we have a good section as you come out of Copper Mountain. You'll go to Vail Pass on the rec path, and you got another 10K down the rec path. And that'll come about midway in the race. What do you think?
I'm looking forward to that portion.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Thanks a lot. Take care, Ryan.
Thank you.
I don't think it'll be so much snow that it would be slowing you down a whole lot. I mean, in a few sections it might be a little icy if you go a little slower, but it's not going to be post-holing.
No.
I think the biggest thing is it'll be cold. So
yeah, it's going to be cold early
maintain the cold as you go up high, and then it'll be warmer down lower.
When we invite people and we look at results through the year, and we're really trying to pull everybody together, I have to say really high on the top of my list was this guy, Rob Carr.
Yeah.
What do you think?
He's really fast. He's really fast.
Really fast. Yeah.
I'm worried about him for sure. I raced him actually in February in Moab at a 50K, the Red Hot 50K, and I mean, it was February. I wasn't super fit, but I felt like I ran a pretty good race there, and I broke the old course record, and he beat me by 11 minutes.
Right.
Which is a lot. And then, I mean, to have him go to Western States and take second place, first 100 at that kind of competition, I mean, he really knows what he's doing. So he's super strong.
So you have a lot of respect for the beard, like your
exactly.
fear of the beard.
It's probably the beard.
Thank you, buddy. Thanks for being here. It's been an interesting journey. I mean, I know that over the last 12 months or so, you've dealt with some injuries. And in the last 72 hours, I've gotten 5 emails.
Yeah, I know. It's been a journey to get here.
No, absolutely. I mean, we're really thrilled to have you. But I think what people most like to know is what, a little bit behind the story. So kind of what's been going on and how are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good now. So I hurt my foot last Friday. A week ago, a week from today, and I was just on a run. It started hurting out of the blue, and I was like, and so I went to the doctor, and they're like, you probably shouldn't do a 100K race on a sore foot. And I've been injured this past year a couple times, and so I didn't really want to be injured again, so I canceled my trip. I emailed you, said I'm not coming anymore, and then Wednesday, I was like, ooh, my foot feels pretty good. And I found out it was just tendonitis, so I booked a plane ticket and I made it. I'll be happy to finish this race and be smiling. That's my goal. I'm just excited to be healthy enough to start.
Right. Well, thank you for coming and supporting the race. Thanks a lot.
Happy
Take care.
To be here.
We are here at the Ultra Race of Champions with Francesca Canepa, scusate. So Francesca, you are exactly where from in Italy?
I'm from Courmayeur, that is near the Mont Blanc.
Beautiful area.
Yeah.
Beautiful area. So how long have you been running in the mountains?
I ran since 2010.
Yep.
Okay.
2010.
So it's my...
So not very long.
No, not very long. Before I was a snowboarder.
Snowboarder. Oh, that's wonderful. So perfect place. And how do you like running in the snowing conditions that are a little bit more challenging? Do you enjoy that?
For me, it's not a problem to find some snow because I live in Courmayeur, so it's okay. I'm used.
So you train on all those mountains all the time?
I say in winter I never run.
Right.
So I'm not used to run on the snow, but the snow is not a problem. However, I did ETT, and it was all on the snow. It was a great race too, so no problem for tomorrow if it's snow. Okay. I think that tomorrow it will be a really difficult race for me because of it's a really fast race, I think. And so for me it's a problem because I don't have recovered from Tour de Jean, but I think that it will be a really good race because of the mountain and the path. I really like, so I think that I will enjoy and it will be enough.
Well, great. Well, Francesca, thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate you making the actual flight all the way from Italy. So thank you, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
We're here with Sage Canada at the Ultra Race of Champions. It's so great to have you back. We were really excited. We were really fortunate to have you last year. Had a good race. Battled it out with Max for a long time, and you're back. So welcome.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. So we've changed the environment slightly. we kept the mountains in and some rocks and that sort of thing, but we've added a little bit of elevation and some altitude and that sort of thing. So, but from what I understand, you've been in Boulder for about a year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that been?
Oh, it's been awesome.
Yeah.
We escaped the flooding last week, 2 weeks ago, so we were lucky there. But training in the mountains, like I come out in the high country in the summer, and getting up high, it's always been a dream of mine to train at altitude. And get out on awesome trails. So.
Well, absolutely. All of that's going to come into play this weekend. We're going to be ranging between 9 and almost 13,000 feet.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to have a little snow up high tomorrow, which will be kind of interesting, but it looks like the day itself, as far as weather, should be absolutely beautiful, kind of a bluebird, day with the colors. So how do you think that might play into some of the crusty, snowy action, maybe the first 20 miles?
Oh, it'll make things interesting for sure. You'll have to look at your footing and be careful there. Maybe the first person will be breaking snow at the top of the passes, and it'll. But there's a transition. There's a good variety. You got pavement. You got different types of trails, more technical, less technical.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see how muddy things are, how much snow there is.
Well, I think it may be cold enough to hopefully help with some of the mud, but one of the things that's really interesting, Edge, there's been the talk about, well, there's the Vail Pass section where you're on the tarmac, coming on the rec path, and I have to say, we've interviewed a couple of guys that, much like you, come from road running, marathoning, Olympic trials backgrounds, to where Rob Carr, for example, is like, I'm looking forward to that section. I'm kind of, the between Copper and Two Elks Trailhead is a good stretch there.
Yeah.
And that's why we designed the course that way. We want to test a little bit of everything. How do you feel about that section?
I'm looking forward to that section.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a fair course. I think it's that's the purpose of it, and it's a great variety, and it's still going to be a challenge because you look at that road section. It's an uphill climb to Vail Pass, and it's at 10,000 feet. Yeah,
absolutely.
So it'll be fast, but it won't be. I don't think it'll be crazy fast, but it'll be a good transition, good variety.
Right. Well, we look forward to seeing you out
thank
there.
you.
Thanks, buddy.
Look forward to it. Thanks so much.
Welcome to the third annual. Thank the people who really helped make this come together. I'd like to thank everyone up here, our athletes, for being here tonight. A lot of you come a very long way, and we're going to get this done very quickly. I promise, Emily, we're going to get you to dinner. And Jillian, I promise we're going to get you dinner very soon. I promise. Thank you. So first of all, big round of applause for everybody being here. Thank you for being here. The third annual Ultra Race of Champions in Colorado. We've been through earlier. We have a great course. We're absolutely been sleepless, making sure it's marked properly. You're well supported. We got a great crew of staff, and we really want to celebrate our sport. I think that's the thing I really want to say real briefly before we kind of talk to some of the athletes is that this is really a day that we've created to celebrate ultra distance running, and we've been very fortunate to be supported greatly by not only the athletes and the running community, but all of our sponsors. And I just want to take a minute to just thank all of them. I don't want to miss anybody, so I won't go through the entire list, but please go out to our Champions Village and just thank these people, because as you can imagine, we wouldn't be here, we couldn't create an event for you, our sport wouldn't grow, we couldn't continue to bring positive attention to things we all love to do without all of them. So we can get a round of applause for those who are making it happen. Thank you. We were very fortunate last year to have an opportunity to meet Lori Van Hook and Marino
Giacometti.
We thank you. We are extremely flattered and have enjoyed being part of the International Skyrunning Federation, more specifically having the honor of hosting your World Ultra Final.
So it doesn't matter how good you are or what kind of credentials you come into in ultra. In ultra race, anything can happen, so it doesn't matter how good you are or what kind of credentials you come into in ultra.
It's a fair course, a lot of variety, so you get all sorts of different challenges thrown at you, a lot of good climbs. I think it's going to be close to a 10-hour race for the men's field. That's my opinion.
10 hours.
Go Someone's going to feel good. Someone's going to take it out hard. And I think it'll be about an hour faster than he thinks it is. I think it's going to be about 9.
It's going to keep snowing and I can't take my skis. I think it's going to be faster. Then it's a lot of levels, so it's going to be a lot of persons that explode. I hope I don't going to explode. And no, it's going to be really difficult to in the top 10. So it's going to be the one that takes the best strategy and that finish. I hope the last is low, but if it's snow, it's much faster because the road is really long to the finish. And when you are in the summit and you saw just right there, in the skis it's just 30 seconds, but you're gonna take time there.
It's the beard's a little odd to me because I don't have a hair on my chest. So how you grow this thing is beyond me. That's about it.
For each of you, one at a time, what do you like most about running in the mountains?
Good question. No. I love the freedom there and to be able to move fast to new places, new mountains, and that's such a freedom feeling. And to push your limits there. It's very good.
For me, it's the same. I really like the freedom that I can get running in the mountain. I like to climb, and more steeper is better. I like to run faster in the path too, but I have to get used to, because where I live, I just have a steeper mountain, so I'm used just to them. And however, I really like to stay in the nature and to see trees and animals, this kind of thing. On the road, I find it boring. Really boring.
I think we all do. Sorry, Michael. It's true.
Here we go, getting ready to kick off the actual race of the 2013 Ultra Race of Champions in downtown Breckenridge, Colorado, in front of the new Vertical Runner store here. Beautiful morning, a bluebird day after a very snowy evening. Runners milling around. You got Jeff Rose, the Western States 100-mile champion, chatting with each other, comparing notes, getting ready for the day. And here we have Kilian Jornet, skyrunning world champion, chatting with Dakota Jones, and you have Francesca Canepa in the background getting loose and ready for the morning. It was a cold morning in the low 20s as the runners got ready. The fans getting autographs from some of the elite runners in the world. Here you have Stephanie Howe and Sage Canaday greeting each other. It becomes a true camaraderie in the ultra running community. Racers that have opportunity to see each other. Here you have Emily Forsberg with some world-class spectators on your left. There's Anton Kopechka and Joe Grant, again Kilian getting ready. A real festive atmosphere as you bring these runners together. You have fans coming together out and really want to meet some of these tremendous athletes. We're going to get started here in just a minute. We have Ricky Gates of Team Solomon chatting with among the runners, and people just really, trying to compare those last few minutes and getting ready to kick off. So here we go, the beginning of the 2013 Ultra Race of Champions.
All right, runners to your mark. Set. Rock and roll, baby. Get down.
Here's Emily Forsberg, again, the skyrunner world champion, making her way into the first stage station on top of Breck Mountain at the Grand Lodge, followed very closely by Michael Wardian, a two-time Olympic marathon trials participant. They're making their way through that first stage station about mile 5.3. They've had a heck of a climb from the base of Breck Mountain up to the top. Now we're on the Peaks Trail. You've got Dakota Jones, Kilian Jornet, and Rob Craw all following each other in early action as runners make their way through some of the light snow up on top of the mountain. Again, we had quite a big dumping of snow just the night before, but the morning has broken to a beautiful day. Now we follow Emily Forsberg along the top of Vail Pass at about 11,000 feet, making her way through the middle section of the race and flying down the Vail Wreck Path, followed not too far behind by Cameron Clayton. Cameron is running for Team Solomon. Then making her way over to a heck of a climb out of Copper Mountain ski area. This is Dakota Jones coming up the mountain. As you can see, even the best runners in the world are faced with some severe power hiking situations where the best way to get up a mountain and save a little bit of energy is working hard and getting over on your hands and knees sometimes and really pushing along. Followed very closely by Rob Craw. As you can see, as I mentioned, sometimes it's about conserving energy. It's basically, trying to get up the mountain and save as much energy as you possibly can and taking advantage of what the terrain will offer you. So Rob's followed by closely again there by Kilian Jornet. And right behind those three runners that you just saw is Sage Canaday from the Scott running team. Sage has been having a little bit of a tough go here at the beginning, but he's staying with the best runners in the world. Sage is a tremendous athlete, a sub-220 marathoner, and has really made a splash on the ultra running scene in the last year or so. Again, just beautiful conditions as you see. Dakota Jones followed closely again by Killian Jornet in some of the action along the mountain. And as we mentioned, there was a heck of a lot of snow up at the higher elevations. This is one of the most beautiful, challenging sections on the Ultra Race of Champions course between peaks 4 and 5. Runners have made their way up a huge climb out of Frisco, Colorado. They're here almost at the summit. This year is again, it was very snowy, up to their ankles, knee-deep snow. They're making their way across the top of the mountain. Dakota Jones followed closely by Killian Jornet. Here you have in the yellow jacket, Sage Canaday being chased by Rob Krar. Once they leave this section, they make their way down into the Copper Mountain ski area where it got a little bit warmer, but not too much, as they proceeded back on through the second half of the course. You've got runners dealing with all kinds of obstacles through events like this. And here's a situation where you've got runners not only being, tackling altitude, but as they never know. As we mentioned many times, we had early snow fall in. You got Emily Forsberg followed closely by Carrie Brooksford and Stephanie Howe. All of these athletes have an opportunity to train in snowy and tough conditions, but you can't make any of this without aid. So here's an opportunity. I think we're about mile 52 or so down in the town of Minturn. You have handlers here preparing special food that runners like to have, and they'll hand that off quickly. I have Dakota Jones making his way into the Minturn aid station. He's going to fuel up very quickly. Dakota's leading at this point. This is about mile 52.5, followed closely in second place by Rob Krar. As you see, there's been a change in the top 5. Rob has moved all the way up into second place. He's meeting with his wife here, getting a quick drink, change of his fuel belt. Now he's going to be chasing Dakota back up the mountain, followed in third place by Cameron Clayton. Cameron's run a very consistent race throughout the entire day. I was really impressed with Cameron and the way he paced himself, and it really has paid off here because he's moved up from 6th to 7th into third place, and now you have again the Sky Running World Champion Killian Jornet making his way into the Minturn aid station. It'll be a lot of fun to kind of listen to Killian here as he really takes his time to kind of refuel and grab something to eat. Apparently, Killian has a tremendous appetite for M&Ms because you'll see here he not only takes the opportunity to eat several of these at the aid station, he also makes sure that he doesn't waste any of them. He'll chew on a few, drop a few, and then pick those back up and make sure that he gets everything in his little pouch here to take him back over the mountain. Killian knows the course, and the fact that we're going to be leaving Minturn here for a huge climb back up the mountain, back up to the top of Vail near Eagle's Nest before making that final descent down into Vail Village. So Killian is making sure he gets some nutrition in his body, in his pouch, so he can snack on the way to the top of the mountain. I mean, as you can go, he's not going to waste even one single M&M apparently. But we have a great staff here. We had the town manager right there, Jim White from the town of Minturn, who's taking care of all the runners that day. What a tremendous amount of support the town gave them. Here's Killian. He's fueled up. He's ready to go. People cheering him along. Now we're going to see what we call the pass. This is one of the few times in ultra distance running that you're actually going to see a change of the lead near the end of the race. You have 4 pictures here where you see Dakota Jones leading in the Montrell jersey. Rob Krar right behind him coming up to the top of Vail Mountain. And there you go. Rob Krar takes the lead with no more than 5 miles to go. And he makes his way down Get Along Road. Big fist pump from Rob. Very excited. He's run over 62 miles, probably closer to 63 or 4. Making his way down the finish chute to become the 2013 Ultra Race of Champions champion in a time of 9:29 flat. Rob Krar's had a tremendous year, second place at the Western States 100-miler, now the Ultra Race of Champions champion. What a tremendous day. Rob was as far back, I believe, as maybe 4th in the race at one time. You saw how he ran a smart day throughout the day and took the championship.
It was the hardest effort of my life. Probably the hardest course too. Yeah, hard the whole time.
Perfect mix of terrain.
Yeah, I thought it was really fair. I mean, this downhill is kind of boxed up and a cake for me, but the rest of the course I think was real fair. The snow really evened the playing field today. Yeah, I thought it was a fair course. There was certain spots where I felt I needed to take advantage of my strengths, but it really hurt me at the same time. The long descent on the bike path was really difficult. I felt like I shouldn't go any slower, but when I got to the bottom, I was cooked, really cooked. There were about 3 times during the race I thought I was down and out, and I managed to get some calories back in me and get the fluids back in me. And I don't know how I did it, but I kept kind of getting back in the groove.
Not supposed to predict people, so I kept it top secret, but when you signed up, I gave a big high five to Francesca because I honestly, and you could probably tell when we had our chat the other day, that I felt really good about your chances, and so I'm really thrilled for you. There are so many great athletes, Dakota, Sage, Killian, I mean, you go on, and to be able to compete at that and then to prevail, you got to just feel great about this, especially kind of with the adversity you came through a few years back. Most people may not even know that, I was talking with your better half, and she was saying you thought you may never run again, so to go from there to here, how does that feel?
I'm over the moon. It's like I'm living a fairy tale right now.
Yeah.
The last year and a half is.
And just
I keep running something, and things that are occurring in my life, and I think I've kind of hit the pinnacle, and it can't get better. But meeting Christina in 2009 at Trans Rockies, and she is what got me through my most difficult times, and I wouldn't be doing this without her.
Absolutely.
Keeps getting better and better. And
Well, you have no bigger fan. I had the opportunity to be with her a lot today, and you're a very lucky man. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now we quickly get back to the finish line to capture Dakota Jones, finishing second overall in the 2013 Ultra Race of Champions. What a day for Dakota. I think the only person that was going to have any opportunity to beat Dakota today was Rob Craw. I think you'll hear him say that here in just a minute. They battled it out absolutely all day. It came down to the last possible ascent of the day, but like true champions, what a tremendous sport we all participate in. A big hug to each other, congratulating each other on a tremendous effort. What a battle it was. Now we switch over and see Cameron Clayton, our third place finisher, making his way through, saying hi to Anton Krupekta and Joe Grant. What a tight community we have. He's absolutely exhausted. And finally, our female 2013 Ultra Race of Champions champion, Emily Forsberg, taking home the title, also taking home the Sky Running World Championship, followed in second by Stephanie Howe, who you'll hear has had a very long day.
Everyone is saying. That was so long.
The next prime, I'd like to invite up our presenters, Jeff Rose and Tom Daly from Hoka. Jeff is our 8-station captain there. Thank you, Jeff, so much for being out there all day. Appreciate it, buddy. And Thomas Daly, our good friend and sponsor of mine and the race from Hoka 1-1. Thank you so much. And our midpoint female champion, again, is Emily Forsberg. So come back up, collect some more dough. Up, we're going to do the International Sky Running Federation Awards.
Yeah, it's also called.
Rob Carr here? No. Okay.
Closer.
The runner-up for the 2013 Ultra Race of Champions in a time, I believe, of 12:29. Someone that wasn't exactly sure she was going to give this a whirl, but had a tremendous day until a few days ago. Stephanie Howe, congratulations. Champion of the 2013 Ultra Race of Champions, Emily Forsberg, in a time of 12:06. Congratulations. And third woman is Michelle Yates. I don't know your time, but congratulations. Well deserved. Great job. You've had a busy 2 weeks. Thank you so much. We'll give you your trophy and your check. In a time of 10:24:37, fifth place, making the podium, Ryan Gelfie. Congratulations, Ryan.
This is what happens when you have a great day. You get your picture made by a lot of people.
In a time of 10:19:18, fourth place in the Ultra Race of Champions, Killian Jornet. Congratulations, Killian.
Congratulations.
In a time of 10:06:24, third overall, 2013 Ultra Race of Champions. Probably ran seems to me, one of the most well-paced, smart races I've seen in a long time. Cameron Clayton. Congratulations, Cameron. In a time of 9:32:26, second place in the Ultra Race of Champions, Dakota Jones. Congratulations, Dakota. Great day, Dakota. This week I was asked earlier kind of in private what I thought was going to happen, and as a race director you're supposed to be really careful in doing predictions because you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but in private I said, it's a deep field and things are happening, and it's right after that I got an email from somebody saying he'd like to come run, and I have to say I thought this person has a real shot, and there's a lot of talent there, and he really proved it today. In a time of 9:29 flat, our 2013 Ultra Race of Champions champion, Rob Krar. Congratulations.
This is Stephanie Howe coming to you from Bend, Oregon. I was the 2013 Ultra Race of Champions runner-up. The race is a really cool race. It's very challenging. It is a mix of road, trail, and mountains. Besides just being a spectacular course, it was also very beautiful. And it draws some of the best runners in the world. And so this year, Emily Forsberg and I kind of dueled it out, where she eventually finished first and I finished behind her, and then third was Michelle Yates. So we had a great time. I hope you'll think about joining for the 2014 Ultra Race of Champions, September 27th, where it's going to be run backwards this year from Vail to Breckenridge.
Hey, this is Michael Wardian, Ultra Race of Champions Elite Advisory Council member, coming to you from Arlington, Virginia. I wanted to take a few minutes to give you an update on the 2014 Ultra Race of Champions. The goal of the Ultra Race of Champions is to create the championship for the sport of ultramarathoning and to bring together the best ultramarathoners on a single course that will challenge all runner skills, mountains, roads, trails. As we look forward to 2014 and beyond, race directors Gil and Francesca, along with the Elite Advisory Council, have made a few changes to the Ultra Race of Champions. Beginning in 2014, the point-to-point course will reverse directions annually. Even number years will start in Vail and finish in Breckenridge, and odd number years will start in Breckenridge and finish in Vail. Runners who complete back-to-back finishes will receive like a really neat black medallion and a special bib number. Runners with 5 UROC finishes will receive a green bib number, and after 10 years, that bib number will change to black and be theirs forever. Join me and many of the best ultramarathoners on the planet at the 2014 race as we toe the line in Vail and finish in downtown Breckenridge under the shadow of Breckenridge Mountain. Hope to see you guys all there.
Good job, Emily! Emily, woo! Good job! Good job, Emily!
Congratulations, 5th place!
Thank you for watching Oomba TV's coverage of the 2013 Ultra Race of Champions. Join us along with many of the best ultra runners from all over the world on September 27, 2014, as we kick off UROC Week in stunning Breckenridge, Colorado. Remember, the Ultra Race of Champions is open to everyone, so find out if you rock at UROC 2014. The best of the best, one course, one day.